Hey, I didn't know that you were into surfing.
Do not start Texas with this guy. You don't want to know. I love surfing.
You don't surf.
No, just because I don't surf doesn't mean I don't love it. I just, I don't like wetsuits because people pee in them. That's gross. So if I'm going to rent one, I know that 4,000 dudes have whizzed in the suit. That's gross. I would have to invest in my own wetsuit, which I did buy one when we went down to Bahia, but I don't think it was a wetsuit. It was more of a, what are those called? You told me to get it.
A rash guard.
Rash guard suit, right? I can't wear that while I surf. Plus, I've got Fred Flintstone feet, so to hang 10 with my big Barney Rubble toes, it just wouldn't be a good
I didn't even know you were a water guy.
Yeah, I used to boogie board all the time.
I didn't know.
When I came out to California in the 70s, the first thing we would do was go to the beaches every weekend, like every weekend, both days. And I would get in that water with the boogie board, and I loved it. Loved it.
Well.
Plus, I love the art of surfing. Plus, surfing, to me, is skateboarding on the water. And you have to know how much I love skateboarding.
I had no idea.
Skateboarding videos, Jackass, Bam Margera, all that shit. Tony Hawk. I love Tony Hawk. What an artist. Yeah, man.
I never saw you on a skateboard in my life.
I got on a skateboard when I was a kid. It was a Hulk skateboard. It was the Incredible Hulk skateboard that I bought at the Toys R Us on Topanga Canyon Boulevard at Victory. And it was green. And it had green wheels, and I lived on Pampas Drive, which was very steep incline, and I'd get on that thing, and I'd wipe out every time, and I don't like pain, I don't like breaking bones, I don't like gashes, so I would just stick to riding bikes with my buddies. And then, one time, holy shit, we're riding bikes, and we went up to the top of Pampas Drive, and we noticed there was a tree house. So we got off our bikes, and this was back when, like, real shaggy, dirty, gross, burry weeds would get just stuck in our socks. You know, the burrs. Remember the burrs? Those beige burrs?
Oh, yeah, totally.
Yeah.
There's like, you don't get one of them, you get like 50 of them.
50 of them in your socks, right? So we climb up the hill and found the tree house, and it was really gross and bug-ridden and decayed, but there was a box. Inside the box, there were Hustler magazines.
Ooh, that's a find.
Oh, yeah. And they were nasty, like used, pages sticking together, the whole thing.
Nice.
But that kept us going for at least 2 summers. We would exchange. You know, let me have December 1978 for the next month, and then you can have August 1976 for a month, and we'll swap.
And those old ones are now collectibles, man.
Are they?
Yeah, people want the old stuff.
Old porn magazines?
Yeah. Yeah, because they're not retouched and it's all more real and lots of hairy things.
That's crazy. I have a lot of old Playboys, not a ton, but what was your magazine of choice?
It was Playboy, and you remember one called We?
Sure, OUI.
Yeah, because it was a bit European.
Yeah,
and they had a different take on sexuality, and the girls just looked different than American girls.
Yes.
Yeah.
They were very tan.
Yeah, and they were just
very beachy.
Yeah. So I like Playboy and We.
I was a Larry Flint guy, so it had to be Hustler all the way. The pervert's back! Are you kidding me? Chester the Molester? I love that guy.
Right. Penthouse, too. I was a big
Penthouse was hot,
yeah,
too. Especially
Penthouse.
those letters, Xavier Hollander and all that.
Right.
Do you know that I think one of those authors, I think Xavier Hollander might have been a dude.
Really?
There was a guy on Mark Maron who was being interviewed. I forget who it was.
Because I thought the letter, they were portrayed the author as a woman.
Correct, but it was written by a guy.
I didn't know that.
Because, men are... Well, I think I'm starting to think that it's a little even sometimes. You know how filthy men are. So you hire a guy to pretend to be a chick, and he's writing all these fantasies about a woman fucking all these guys and what's going on inside her head. That's a male version. But the female version, guys don't want to read about, I just wish you would love me. I allow him inside of me, and then I was in love. And we don't want that. We want dirty fucking.
Yeah.
Penthouse kept me going. Playboy was a snore. I love the interviews. I even read those as a kid. But those are boring. And also the lenses were always very soft focus.
True.
I don't like that.
Well, there's still, there was no Photoshop, but there was a lot of retouching. But
Right.
They looked a little fake.
Yeah.
But there were some girls. I even
Playboy doesn't even exist anymore, man.
Well, it does online. It's all online now. I don't
okay.
think you can buy a magazine.
I bought a Hustler last year at a newsstand.
Did you really?
I did.
Wow.
Just for old time's sake. I'm like, fuck it. I'm gonna go find it. And sure enough, it was like, gosh, I think $13.99. It was really thick. So the first 28 pages is content, and the rest is just ads.
Right.
But some of those ads are hot.
Well, are the girls hot?
Well, it's Hustler. They're a little more banged up, a little more gnarly, a little more toothless,
A little more street.
a little more hairy. But
Toothless.
I like a little reality.
That's right.
Anyway.
Let me put my bridge back in before we do the next shoot.
Come here, let me gum you. Anyhow, how you doing?
I'm well. You're not going to believe this. Not that it matters, but this is episode 30.
My God, it's only taken us 9 years to
Yeah,
do
it's
30
taken us
episodes.
about 17 years to do 30 episodes.
Well, that's cool because
Yeah.
I think this ties in because here we are. What day is it? Is it August?
It's August.
August 22nd, right?
Yeah.
2022.
Yeah.
So let's just check in.
All right.
The world continues to go to hell. Climate is going to kill us. By 2053, the daily temperature on a hot day will be 126 degrees. Let's see, what else? Oh, this doesn't affect you, of course, because you ignore these things. But my God, I'm hearing about these travel advisories for Mexico, and I'm just laughing because I'm like, he's still going to go down there and swim with whale sharks.
Yeah, of course.
The war between the cartel and the government is not going to deter him.
No.
Journalists being slaughtered in the streets of Tijuana. You can't even get past Tijuana because of the tanks. So how's that going to work for you?
I have bypassed Tijuana.
Oh, you learned how?
I have a new route.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but even gang violence is not going to deter me. There's a huge fish calling my name.
Right.
I need to swim with it. So, unless they're actually fighting in the town I'm going to, I'll make it there just fine.
Well, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Because one of the things in the advisory is about kidnapping Americans. And I was on that road with you. That's an ominous road, man.
I've bypassed it. I don't go down that road anymore.
You don't?
I am traveling down a new road. I'm going down the road less traveled.
Well, it's interesting because all of this bad stuff ties into some good stuff, which is you turned 60.
I did.
And so, being that this is episode 30, I think this should be the Lorenzo birthday show.
Woo! Well, we're drinking wine, so happy birthday to me, I guess.
Happy birthday.
Since you've declared it.
We're drinking a 2018 Eluan Pinot Noir from Oregon, evidently made in California.
It's very, very good.
What was it like turning 60? And don't give me any fluffy bullshit Lorenzo answers. Give me the gritty nitty or the nitty gritty. Give me okay, let's do a full body scan of a 60-year-old Lorenzo.
Do I
look good.
Do I need to stand for this?
No, you look good. You're in shape. Your arms are still long. You still got tone. That's good.
I'm trying.
You're still wearing droopy undershirts, but that's okay because this one has Frank Zappa on it. So
Come on, it's
we
Frank
can live
Zappa.
with that. That's
how,
all right.
How can I not wear a Frank Zappa shirt?
You're wearing jeans in 125-degree heat. That doesn't make any sense. The bare feet are fine. It looks like you trim your toenails.
I do.
The hair, I liked what you were doing with the hair before. I don't know what you're shooting for now, but maybe you don't have product in it yet. But so you're never going to just go gray, right?
I have a little.
Where?
Underneath underneath all the hairs that I've colored.
Oh.
I do it for the fans.
The fans?
The fans. I'm performing with my band. I can't be Mr. Graybeard.
Why? That's a hot look, man.
Not really. Not in rock and roll. It is if
That's
you're...
bullshit. Silver foxes aplenty everywhere. Look at Morrissey.
But that's what I'm saying. If you're already famous and you're somebody, you can
Right.
get away with it. Your fans will not going to disown you. When you're absolutely nobody, people are going to come to the show and say, who's the old fucker on stage playing
No
drums?
one's saying that. But you don't look like an old guy.
Thank you.
But that doesn't mean... And your hair looks fine, really. It doesn't look bad the way it's colored.
Okay.
But there is a thing that I mean... You don't see me coloring my hair because if I did what you did, I would look ridiculous. You don't. You look good.
Thanks.
But I would look fucking ridiculous. That's why I'm like, fuck it. I'm just going full silver fox. Not that I'm a fox. I'm more of a full silver
But you're not full silhouette. It's different shades. I'm looking at it right now. You have different shades of gray.
Yeah.
50 of them, actually.
Yeah. But I couldn't color my hair. And obviously, you know, for the longest time, I was coloring my facial hair, you know, and I had to stop that because my skin is too fair and it would burn the living fuck out of my skin. I would be done coloring my skin.
Not color your skin.
Well, no, with the brush and coloring my facial hair, and my skin would start burning and
melting.
Then it would get red.
That's not good.
All around my mouth where my facial hair is. But you don't really have that problem. Did you get rid of the line beard? Because you had a line. It's just one thin line. The line.
Yeah,
beard?
it was connected. I had where I connected the sideburn to.
Yeah.
And then I got rid of that.
Great.
Long time ago.
So glad. Let me see. Lean out. I know, but lean out the other way. That looks so much better than that greaseball line you had down the side.
Greaseball?
It was greaseball.
Oh, man.
But no, you look great. Clearly, you feel good. You go in for your physicals.
Yes.
You never have a problem there.
Not
When's
really.
the last time you had an EKG?
Last year.
Okay.
Had a colonoscopy last month.
Oh, how'd that go?
Everything is clear and great.
Don't you love colonoscopies?
Oh, the day before was so fun.
Seriously, you're being facetious? Or feces? Facetious.
I am being facetious and feces-ish because the day before is not fun.
Why?
The day before the colonoscopy, the clean-out day?
Yeah.
It's awful.
Best part.
Oh, man. No.
What, you don't like taking a poo? You don't like reading?
Well,
Plus,
you're not taking a poo. You're taking the entire day as a poo.
I know, but isn't it so beautiful how you're cleansing yourself inside? It's so funny. When I come out of... I'm due for my second one in life. When I came out of that damn colonoscopy and I went home, I'm starving, but I didn't want to eat because I didn't want to put anything back into my body.
I thought about that.
Yeah.
I'm with you. Like, well, I was so clean, and they said, you're clear, you're good, see you in 10 years. And I thought, I don't think I want to eat anything.
Yeah.
I'm so clear and clean. Why would I want to gunk myself up?
Yeah.
And then I had a burger.
Yeah, because I think it was clean living for like at least a day. And then it was all back to hell.
Of course.
But, wow, okay.
But it's what you have to do, because if you don't do it, God knows what's going to happen.
Right.
Something's going to be growing inside you, and you got to get it,
So you ain't got no polyps?
No.
Look at you.
I'm good.
So in 60 years of life, what are the top 3 things you've learned? A.
The one thing that I'm still trying to learn, and the one thing that I'm a little better at, is that I'm trying to stay in the moment.
Yes.
You grow up looking forward so much,
Yes.
or reliving the past in your
Yes.
head that the moment's gone.
Right.
And I'm really, really trying to let it all go.
Wow.
That's a big lesson for me.
Yeah.
And one thing about turning 60 that didn't happen to me when I turned 50. When I turned 50, I thought, I'm young, it's only 50, I'll still have so much more to go. 10 years later at 60, I'm realizing I have way more years behind me than I do in front of me.
Yeah.
And then I just realized I'm just going to take life day by day and try to let all the shit that I think about and that I want to happen, I'm trying to make things happen. And, that didn't happen the way I wanted to. And people don't act the way I want them to. And I'm trying to just let it go. I can't control anything anyway.
You can't control anything.
That's
and it kind of sounds like what I went through when I turned 50, and that was during pandemic. That was in 2020, so that was fucking depressing. But no expectations for anything or anyone.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And then when they suddenly don't let you down and they suddenly do something beautiful, it's like a beautiful surprise.
That's probably another layer I need to do. I got to not have expectations.
Yeah.
Which is also funneled into letting things go.
Yeah.
You got to let people go.
Yeah.
People are going to do what they do.
Yeah.
And if you have an expectation and want them to do something,
yes,
most of the time you're going to be let down.
Yes.
You're setting yourself up.
Correct.
Which is actually on you.
Right.
So, yeah, I got to learn that more.
All right. So so of 3 things, you said living in the moment. What else? B.
I started to do this. I want to play as much drums as I can until I can't play anymore. I'm definitely starting to feel it a bit in my hands.
Oh, shit.
I am.
Not arthritic.
A little bit. No, a little bit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I have to stretch more. I'm taking
anti-inflammatories.
Yeah, and glucosamine and chondroitin and mamoitin and phlebitin and all these things to try to make my joints not feel 60.
Yeah.
But I'm just trying to play as much music as I can.
Right.
And then I want to see, this is nothing new, but the more you see the world, the more of the world you want to see.
Yeah.
So I just want to even travel more.
Wow, that's cool. All right, so those are the 3 things.
Pretty much.
Those are good things.
And stay healthy. I mean, I want to keep on just maintaining what I'm doing. I'm on a good keel, an even keel right now.
Yeah.
So I want to just do what I'm doing.
Wow.
Enjoy life.
Cool. So with the drumming, is it the hard, intense, the color up type drumming that's harder to do than like stuff with Rachel A.O.?
The color up and like alternative hard rock is I definitely burn more calories. It's harder stamina wise.
Yeah.
There's more movement. Things are faster. I'm playing with Rachel A.O., which is an excellent singer songwriter.
She was with her. The guest on our last show.
She was our last guest. Her stuff is much more groovy and soulful.
So is that easier for you?
It is easier.
Yeah.
I don't enjoy it any more or less. I enjoy all of it. And then I'm also doing Afro-Cuban drumming, which is a lot of congas and hand drums.
Right.
And the hand drums are actually harder because you're hitting it with your hand as opposed to hitting the drum with a stick.
Right.
So, you're banging away with your bare hands, and that I have to learn to not hit as hard. So you want to get the same tone without hitting as hard, and that's a trick.
Yeah.
So you want to not...
It's interesting. I never think that you're going to say, I'm kind of done doing bands. I'm kind of done with music. I like playing, but I'm kind of done with the whole schlepping my gear. But you said just the opposite. You want to play more.
Well, I want to play more. I am done schlepping my gear.
Right.
The gear schlepping I was done years ago.
Right.
I don't like doing it, but it's a necessary evil when you have to play live.
Right.
Yeah. You got to bring your drums. Even if you play what's called a backline is when the club has the gear and they have a drum set, but it's normally incredibly shitty. It's this kit that they say, you have to play this. It's a piece of crap. So I end up bringing a lot of my stuff anyway, which is better quality than what's at the club. So I got to bring a lot of stuff, even though they're giving me a crappy drum set to play.
Right.
So that never ends. And it's just what I have to deal with.
Right.
But once I'm on stage, I'm having a great time.
Right.
It's worth it.
Back to Dirty Magazines. So at 60, are you banging on your beef down there? Are you slapping the... What do they say?
Let me just say this. As a man, and I think every man listening will appreciate this, that dynamic never ends, man. I don't care if you're 60, 80, 20.
But a lot of dudes don't have that. I feel like my libido is more powerful than ever.
Yeah.
I can't stop jerking off. I can't stop fucking.
It never ends.
I know.
We can create a kid at 99 years old. We are just baby machines.
And that's how old I think you're going to live.
I
God
hope so.
For fucking bid, I make it to 60.
And then when I'm 99, if we're up there, we'll be on episode 35.
Yeah, you're definitely gonna. But so, do you want that though? With like, imagine how bad everything is now out there. Imagine how much worse it's gonna be by the time you're 90.
Well, I want to be alive if I'm healthy.
Right.
I don't want to just be alive. I want to live.
Right.
I want to go to the beach. I want a boogie board.
But there won't be any beach left.
There will be a beach. Maybe the water won't be habitable.
Right.
There'll be a beach. Maybe the water will be...
Yeah, but humans are going to destroy all marine life. All that beautiful marine life.
God, I hope not.
Humans are going to destroy it. They're doing it now. Everything that you love under the water, all those beautiful, glorious, superior beings, they're all going to be gone. They're going to be extinct.
They're going to have to be like a Jurassic Park, like a Jurassic Ocean, and just bring everything back.
Right.
They'll have to save a DNA of every animal.
Right.
Then once we kill everything off, then they'll have to bring it back. I just read they're doing it with the Tasmanian tiger. It's extinct, and they're going to bring it back.
Wow.
This company is going to reconstitute the DNA and then use a close relative as a host surrogate mother,
right,
and start to make more Tasmanian tigers.
I
don't know if that's against nature, but that's going to happen.
Wow. Only to be hunted by Trump's sons.
Yes.
Slaughtered and skinned for coats.
Right.
Got it.
That's exactly what's going to... They're going to bring it all back, only for us to kill them as trophies. And that's what we do.
Well, I got to tell you, I am impressed because it also looks like you have a continuing uptick of optimism.
I am optimistic.
Yeah.
You have to be.
Right.
I mean, if you're not optimistic, I mean, not you, because I
Right,
know
right.
you're not, but I think either you want to live long enough to see everything die, or you want to hope that we're actually in some bizarre way going to save ourselves.
Right.
The earth will be fine, as George Carlin said.
Right.
We're going to go.
Right.
So hopefully we can save ourselves. And if we can't, then that's maybe the natural way. Maybe we're not meant to save ourselves.
Right. I'm a little nervous about, I'm very nervous about everything, but I'm especially nervous about the heat getting worse and worse and worse, and the drought. Southern California, all of California. I mean, my God, we're choking, dude. And I just read a cover story this morning. They did a survey just locally, SoCal survey of everyone's got to save the fuck out of water. People are like, stop watering your lawns. Let your lawns die. Go to rocks, whatever. You need to save water. Well, sure enough, they did a survey. I think it was all through DWP. It turns out it's all celebrities who aren't paying any attention to the drought. So like Stallone, the Kardashians, whatever, all of them have the highest amounts of water being wasted on their extravagant landscapes.
Right, because their lawns are an entire acre of lawn.
Yeah,
and they're not going to not water their lawn.
So you wake up in the morning, it's in this beautiful fucking house of yours. I love it so much. Every time I come here, I feel like I'm, on vacation. You wake up in this beautiful flowing energy house. You get your coffee going. You go out to your pool. You stare at your hummingbirds and your tomatoes. You're not reading about how Sylvester Stallone is wasting water like I am.
No, I'm not. It doesn't surprise me, but no, I'm not looking at the LA celebrity water usage report.
You're not paying attention. Like, you don't walk around the neighborhood. You don't have a dog, but you're not walking around the neighborhood like I am. And Sunday morning I'm walking and, it looks like Nazis have been tagging our neighborhood. There's a big giant white power sprayed on the street.
No shit.
Directly across the street from my home where I pay a mortgage. There's SS being sprayed on street signs because there's been a lot of neighborhood street work. And then there was Cocoa County. That was sprayed. I'm like, oh, that must be the gang. And I looked it up, and it's a Aryan gang.
Cocoa County?
Yeah, they came from up north, I believe.
Wow.
So who's ever tagging the hood now? It's Nazis. But that's not. You walk around here and you probably see.
I'm fine.
People, blowing out like beautiful purple sheets.
Purple sheets.
Yeah.
They're handing out cupcakes.
Cupcakes and flowers.
And flowers.
And lemonade.
Oh, the dogs are all just coming and licking my leg, and no one is using a drop of water. It's all love. It's all the 60s over here, man.
Yeah. So this is why
it's
you're
all just tune in, turn on, and drop out, man.
Yeah, this is why you're going to live a ripe old age.
Yeah, I'm in a little bubble that is not this white power Aryan cocoa shit. I don't care how much water Sylvester Stallone and the Kardashians are using. It doesn't affect me. And I'm good, man.
You're not reading about some demon of sulfur who's out there breaking off the beaks of local ducks.
I did hear about that, though.
Oh, you did?
You made the news.
Oh.
Yeah, he's breaking ducks' beaks.
Yeah.
There's just, there's
So
sick
you hear
people everywhere.
You hear something like that, and for you, it's like, sick people. Does it end there, or do you curl into the fetal and begin to weep violently like I do?
No. I don't. I'm not curling.
You're not sweating the ducks.
I feel
because
bad
once
for
they
the
lose
ducks.
their beaks, they can't
eat,
and then they become weak.
Yes,
and then they become susceptible to coyote attacks. I've so become Debbie Downer. Watch out for cat flu. Dude, we have to find it. You have to find a sound effect, and every time I bring up something, you got to play it in the show.
All right. Yeah. I love ducks.
Yeah.
I'm a duck man.
Yeah.
I grew up with ducks. My cousin had a pet duck.
Really?
I used to go in the valley. I had to go. My cousin Lori had a big white duck.
Wow.
That was kind of trained, and you would go to her house and go in the backyard. The duck would come to you,
That's
and
so
you would.
cute.
It was really cute. You would feed the duck. I love ducks. I'm
not saying you don't love ducks, but
I don't
someone breaking off their beaks,
terrible.
You ain't sweating it.
Well, I'm not sweating. I'm not
Right.
in a fetal position thinking
Right.
the world is over.
Right.
It's under the umbrella of there's a lot more people on Earth, and if you're going to have that many people, 8 billion people,
Right.
a bigger chunk of them are going to be mentally ill and effed up.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do about it. I feel bad for the ducks.
Right.
Hope they get this guy. Hope the guy is in jail.
Right.
You know, and I hope that he can.
There was
not
another
hurt a duck again.
There was another story in Vegas about a guy who I don't remember which hotel it was, but he drove up to the top of the parking structure, 120-degree beating sun, middle of the day, and he had his husky puppy in the back seat. He took duct tape and taped the dog's snout shut and left it inside the burning hot car with all the windows rolled up.
Holy shit.
Thank God, within 10 minutes, a security guy was like, why is he bypassing the levels to go park at the top? Went all the way up to the top, found this dog, immediately smashed the window, got the tape off the dog, and they waited for this motherfucker. And sure enough, dude, he comes up, and this is where I think, gosh, if I was ever a vigilante, like a Batman or a John Wick or something, I think my mortal enemy would be animal abusers.
Yeah, I can
those
see that.
trying to kill them, right?
I don't think you care if people kill people.
No, I don't give a fuck about that. But I do have some compassion for like when an innocent person is murdered and it
Right.
destroys their family.
Or a child.
Correct. Or I'm not crying for Anne Heche, who drove headfirst
Right.
into a fucking house.
Literally right down the street from here.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah.
And blew up the house that pets and a woman were living in, and then she died. I could care less about that. However, the gal in the nurse over on La Brea and Slauson,
Who ran the red light.
ran the light. I don't know if you saw that footage.
I did, actually.
Dude, I mean, a ball of fire and so many lives shattered.
Terrible.
It destroyed me. And I actually, I don't want to get into social media, but I put something out there just warning my friends, warning my loved ones that night. Please be careful out there when you're driving through an intersection. Please. It's so dangerous. There's been so many bad car accidents. There's so many maniacs using their automobiles for what I feel is a weapon of mass destruction now. That seems to me, because at first, I didn't know it was a drunk, crazy nurse who's done this before. I thought maybe it was a suicide attack. The bomber uses their car as the bomb, drives into a busy intersection, blows
Right,
everyone up.
right.
And that's the new way to take out people, or mass shooters or whatever.
Right. Or you want to take out yourself and you're so crazy, you can't just make it yourself. You have to take out innocent people as well as yourself.
Oh my God. And she survived, dude.
She did survive.
Yeah, there's the poetry, right?
Yeah, right.
But I do think I would be a vigilante for animal cruelty people.
So if you were in Vegas and
Yes.
you are the security guard,
Yes.
you wouldn't just wait for the guy and try to get him arrested. You would want to kill him.
Well, here's what I would do. I would subdue him. I would put duct tape around his nose and his mouth, and I would throw him in the back of the car with the windows rolled up in the 120-degree beating sun Vegas heat, and I would sit outside the car for 2 days.
And say, that's how it feels, dude.
And
then you would be in jail for cruelty.
I don't know why I would, but I don't see anything wrong with that. I really don't.
Yes. Emotion. That's an emotional reaction.
It's an emotional reaction.
Completely understandable.
Yes.
And completely illegal.
Of course, I never would.
I understand.
I can't harm anything, dude. If there's a spider in my wife's bathtub, I have a system now where I get a little plate and a little cup and get them in there and put them outside my door.
Do you think that spider is actually grateful that you're doing that?
Well, no, I don't know. I mean, they do run away kind of triumphant. I don't know if...
Does it ever come back?
I don't know if spiders have gratitude.
I'm the same way. I love spiders, and spiders actually form a really great function in life.
That's it.
In nature. So I never kill spiders, and I will throw a spider out like you just did, and sometimes they come back.
Yeah.
They're like, dude, I love your house.
Yeah.
Why are you throwing me out? And I'll see it again.
Yeah.
And I'll throw it out,
I'll be
and
damned.
it'll come back. And it's like, I think this spider lives here now.
Wow.
And I just don't do anything now.
Oh,
I see
wow.
it. Yeah, I'll see a spider in the bathroom. I'll just let it sit there.
Yeah.
I don't get rid of it.
Now, listen, I have a class system with bugs. I don't like bugs. I don't like flies. I'm not going to go out of my way to kill a fly because it's very hard to catch a fly and kill them. I will open the door, though, and like, get out, you know, and wave my arms frantically like a fiend, and then the fly will fly out the door. That I'm okay with. But I don't have a fly swatter. I don't have the energy to, like, chase after a fly with a swatter. I'm just going to wait until because flies don't live that long anyway.
But that's a lot of energy to direct the fly to go outside.
I know.
That takes commitment.
I need more wine.
I think
how
so.
You doing over there?
I'm okay, man. All right.
It's pretty good wine.
It is good wine. You know, we're drinking wine. The Pinot from Oregon. Oregon makes a pretty good Pinot.
Yeah. Oh, and speaking of animals and dogs and everything and travel, you'll be very proud of me. You know, we've always talked about this, and we've talked about it on the show, but one thing that's been happening lately is, you know, Nicole and I, here we are, we've lost our dear Malcolm, and we just have Barney Fife, and he's really easy to maintain. I mean, you saw Bratty Fife when you came over, but he's a good dog. And
he was humping the pillow like half the night.
He was.
Talk about horny.
I know.
Yeah.
But he's a good boy, and he's really my therapy dog, and I hate the idea of leaving him. It's really just because I don't want time away from him. But Nicole and I, for the love of God, have got to get to Ireland. This is our dream. We've been putting it off for years. And why? Dogs. So this last time, she found this package. It's not like you're stuck with a group, but it's all inclusive. You fly over there. You have a guide. All right, you can choose to meet here at this time or not. Okay, great. You're going to meet here. We're going to go drive to the countryside. Great. I have no interest in driving in Europe.
But even if you're not the one driving?
No.
Really?
I don't.
Okay.
I have no interest. I'm too nervous about the left side of the road thing. I don't know if my brain could. Maybe I could do it because I'm a great driver.
You could do it.
I'm an excellent driver.
I did it once, and it takes maybe 30 minutes to start to get that you have to be on the left side, and when you make your turns, you have to go all the way to the left. Oh. You'll get it.
I don't mind getting in a nice. I mean, we saw these. They got the beautiful Mercedes vans, the air conditioning.
Yeah.
I don't have to think. Plus, dude, I can maybe get my drink on.
Sure.
So I don't want to be driving through on the left side of the road when we're doing the pub crawl. Yeah. However, she looks at the package and she goes, "Okay, we can go in October." Or no, it was August. She goes, "We can go in August." I said, "Ooh. Wow, that's really soon. What about Barney? We got to find someone to..." And I think she got real disappointed in me. Like, oh my God, we'll find someone for Barney. Well, no, we got to find the right person. So I've been like that about all my dogs the whole time I've had dogs, right? Going all the way back to living in Seattle in 94, right? So I said to myself, this is ridiculous. This is unfair to my wife. This is unfair to me. I said, there's got to be something. And I found this Rover app. And I go on the Rover app, and it's an app for people who love animals, who will come to your house. They'll live in your house. They'll take care of your dog. They'll send you videos. Because I don't want him to leave his house, because I don't want him to think we've gotten rid of him. But if a Rover chick or dude can come and stay at our place for 2.5 weeks while we go away, I'm in. So I said that to my wife, and she's like, great. Then she goes, well, I'm going to sign us up then and see if I'll put us on a waiting list for this inclusive package. We'll see what happens. Haven't heard from them yet. I said, how you doing? She goes, don't worry about looking for a Rover right now. I don't think we're going to get on this package. And, I think we're probably not going to be able to go to Ireland until next year. So she was the one.
Right.
And I was ready, dude. I was ready. If she said, we have to go in December of this year, right? 2022. Okay. That day, I would find 2 or 3 people. I would read their profiles, and I would reach out to them through the Rover, and I would hire them for one test night where she and I leave. The Rover person comes in with Barney, and we just see how it goes, and she agreed to it. So I'm saying I think I'm closer. While it may not happen this year, I think I am closer to returning abroad.
I hope so. But also, just on a pragmatic level, you would actually have, even though it's through the app, and I guess it's, I don't know, vetted in some way, you would have a stranger stay at your house for 2 weeks?
Yes.
Oh, and use your bathroom and shower and sleep in your bed?
Yeah.
Wow.
As long as they were a dedicated dog person with good reviews and they seemed...
Wow, that's kind of shocking to me.
On the up and up. Why is that?
I just don't think, besides the dog part of it, I didn't think you would want anybody in your house.
No. I'm really cool with it.
Oh.
Because...
That surprises me. But I'm glad you are.
Yeah.
But then that will free you.
I want to be
to
free.
Go anywhere you want to go.
This is why I'm explaining it to you, because normally I probably
you would not go.
Wouldn't be comfortable with it. We would leave in the old days if we had to fly to Florida when we went to Bahia. We would have people come over and take care of my dogs that were friends. It's friends that I'm not wanting to come over because I'd rather trust a stranger who loves dogs who I can... You know what I mean? I don't want to bother my friends.
Right. Oh, or your
Plus, we're all at the age where no one wants to come over and stay at my place and take care of their dog. They all have their own lives and dogs.
Of course. Plus, they might go, Barney's fine. I'll feed him tomorrow,
Yeah.
you know.
Oh, yeah. No, don't want that. Don't want that.
Well, I hope you go.
As far as a person in my house, I mean, it doesn't matter anyway. If they sleep, even if we blew up a bed and put it in Nicole's office, that's fine. I wouldn't get in their sheets 2.5 weeks later. I would have to wash the sheets first.
Well, of course. That's normal stuff.
I would bring in Our Lady to maybe...
clean the house. And sterilize and wash every utensil and, you know.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you go. I want you in Ireland.
Yes.
Ireland actually wants you there.
I don't know.
I think they do. I think they need a little Max Koch.
Wow.
And, you know, where are you going to go? You're going to go to Dublin and... Belfast and go to Northern Ireland and cause havoc?
I think we're doing the South. We get to spend some time in Dublin, but it's mostly a country south.
Beautiful.
Cliffs, pubs, historical. I ain't kissing no Blarney Stone, I'll tell you that. I am not lying down in the filth and backing my head up and craning my neck backwards to kiss a stone upside down with COVID all over it.
No?
No!
No stone for you.
No!
How many U2 cover bands are there in Dublin, do you think?
Gosh, that's a good question. I know one.
You know a U2 cover band?
Yeah. Sherry Stroll's ex-boyfriend, John Classic, used to play in the band.
Wow. What are they called? Me Too?
I don't remember what they were called, but he's in jail now.
Because they were that band?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, he was caught smuggling heroin, so it was 3 strikes you're out.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
That's right. You don't want the singer of your band smuggling heroin. That's true.
He was the bassist.
Okay, that will fuck a band up. That's very true.
The singer of the band was like Fat Bono. He was all right.
Bono.
And then there was a Little Edge. It was Fat Bono and the Little Edge.
The Little Edge.
Little Edge was 4 feet tall.
The corner.
But he looked like the Edge.
4-foot Edge.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I hope that Ireland can experience Max Koch and vice versa.
Well, I'm just trying to, in a very different way, I'm trying to expand my horizons. But a lot of it, I think, also has to do with, I think I've really hit a wall on the torment. Like all these terrible things I'm talking to you about, I think I'm starting to recognize as of now that they might be... taking me down a little bit. Like I've had some friends recently say, especially around the time of the Anne Heche accident and Slauson and La Brea and the nurse, and I was really, really, really upset about that stuff. And then I would begin to wallow and watch, like YouTube knows me, man, like, boy, he's watching the Law and Crime channel a lot. And the next thing you know, Lorenzo, I'm watching video after video after video of the Parkland shooting penalty trial.
Oh my God.
Is Nicholas Cruz, who wiped out 17 lives with a gun, going to get the death penalty, or is he going to get life in prison? Which I'm always for life in prison now. I'm now anti-death penalty.
Why is that?
Dude, to suffer in prison, he's 22, to suffer that little piece of shit, that little snivelly weasel fuck, for him to never see the outdoors again and become one big gaping hole in the can, it just fills me with joy. So let's hope they go that direction. But this is Florida, and they love their death penalty down there.
This is true.
So we'll see what happens.
Well,
I used to like the death penalty, but I just don't. I don't think it works. First of all, too many mistakes. You know, like you put the guy in the electric chair and you jolt him 30 times and he's still breathing. That becomes suddenly cruel, oddly. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. But yeah, I still think that there are heinous crimes that you give up your right to walk the earth.
Right.
And if you're in jail for life, I understand that you can maybe try. I mean, this is also cruel to have the person suffer.
Right.
Like he caused the suffering.
Right.
But we're all also paying for him. Our taxes are paying for this dude.
That's a good point.
To live for 40 more years, 50 more years. If you do terrible, terrible things, number one, you should go.
Right.
You should leave the earth.
Yeah.
I need the room.
Yeah.
On this planet.
Yeah.
So you got to go. We have 8 other billion people that will fill your spot. You don't deserve to live. And I think that's my opinion. I don't want to pay for you for the next 50 years to have 3 meals a day and work out.
So it's more efficient financially. It's economically viable.
That is one layer, but I also think that you have a right to live.
Right.
But if you do these things to other human beings, heinous, especially children, you give up your right to walk the earth.
Right.
That's my opinion.
No, that's a cool thought. And I'll tell you what, no matter what happens with the death penalty or anything, I have this book on inmates who have died on death row and what their last meals were.
So it's a cookbook. It's a food book.
Yeah, it's essentially how would I put together a meal, and some of them are so crazy. I tell you what, I wish I could remember some offhand, but
it's like how to serve man.
It's like 8 fried chicken buckets and an iced tea. That'll be one meal. But another guy just wants this little cup of yogurt and maybe a scone. And it's like, why did he choose that? John Wayne Gacy, man, I think he had 8 pies.
8 pies?
4 chickens.
How could you eat 8 pies?
4 fried chickens and a Coke. You want chicken legs or chicken wings? 4 fried chickens and a Coke. And some dry white toast. Blues Brothers. Anyhow, the point is, yes, I think a lot of this really dark, depressing stuff is kind of starting to get to me.
You think?
And it may be bad for my mental health.
Yes.
To keep going down this road.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would start watching a little Happy, maybe.
I can't watch Happy. Dude.
I know. Happy's not your vibe, man.
Did you see, are you a Better Call Saul guy?
I saw the whole thing.
The sweet poetry.
Love
of
it.
That last season.
Yeah, but we don't want to give it away, though.
No, I wouldn't talk about. I would never do that.
But everybody was fucking great.
Yeah.
Even after Breaking Bad and going down that rabbit hole and this spin-off show, it's great. And there's going to be another spin-off, apparently.
No,
remember?
About Kim?
No, it's going to be a show. I don't know if it's going to be a spin-off, but it's going to be a show with Bob Odenkirk.
No, he plays...
and Giancarlo... What's his name?
No. Giancarlo. They both have... What you saw was commercials for their new series.
Yeah.
They're playing totally different people.
I understand, but they're still doing a show together. And I think it might be really cool.
No, they're separate shows.
They're separate shows.
Yeah.
But they're not playing those
Giancarlo
characters.
has his own show where he plays a totally separate guy.
He's playing
whole new show.
Whole new show. He's playing like
Bob Odenkirk plays a professor or something.
All right.
Yeah, so it's over.
Oh, okay. And I'm fine with that because it was a great
It was enough.
It was great. And the way it ended was really cool.
Yeah, poetry.
Yeah.
Have you checked out Severance? Have you heard of it? We looked at it last night, the first episode.
Never saw it.
Directed by Ben Stiller. It's so Kubrickian, it's bananas. It's basically it's The Office meets 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Ooh.
You know? It's fantastic so far. I've only seen one, but anytime you want to stick Patricia Arquette in something, you're gonna have me all across the board.
She's a cutie.
She's so fucking hot.
Yeah.
Even now that she's playing big, grotesque ladies who do horrible things, she's hotter than ever to me.
Yeah.
So, maybe I need to take care a little bit for the next couple months.
I think you need the next layer is to, I'm not saying give up anything in the dark side, but maybe a little balance. Just balance out the dark with a little bit of light, a little bit of hope. It wouldn't hurt you.
with a little bit of light and a little bit of hope. I'll tell you what gives me hope. Here's what gives me hope. Ready? Here's what gives me hope.
I'm ready, man.
There is an account on all the platforms called The Dodo. The Dodo, it's all animal stories. And they start out very dark and sad and brutal. Like, we found a dog in the trash can, and there's a video of the dog in the trash can, and he's malnourished, and he's full of fleas, and he's filthy, and he's eating baby diapers, and he's abused and neglected. They rescue him. The rehabilitation process takes forever. But once these animals regain trust, and once they start to grow their matted fur back and it's just fluffy, clean fur, and they start to appreciate baths, and they start to get diets, and they Lorenzo, this is the stuff. This is the stuff that gives me hope. And this is really all that's giving me hope right now.
It's all anything non-human. Well, it is human because humans are helping these animals.
Yes, that's what I mean.
And the animals probably appear grateful.
Yes,
you can probably
they are
see
grateful.
that they're grateful and happy and great to be
Dude,
back.
I saw a rooster.
Then you need to watch more of that stuff, man.
That I am. So the rooster, this awesome rooster, he was hung upside down on the farm forever, and he lost how to walk. So when he was rescued, rooster rescue, dude, they're out there, rooster rescue. Hey, did I tell you we adopted a pig that we pay for every month to get rehabilitated?
No, where's this pig?
At the Ironwood Pig Sanctuary.
Where?
I think it's in Nebraska. I don't know where it is.
How did you discover a pig?
Nicole found it.
She found it.
And they're like, would you like to... Well, we always gave... We give a lot of money to animal charities.
Right.
No human charities.
No.
Well, Planned Parenthood.
Well, that's good.
And the ACLU. But as far as animals, we give a lot, okay? Donkey rescue. We give money to donkey rescue. But the pig, that's an investment because you have to commit and you have to give that pig money every month. And they send us photos, and I ain't just talking digital photos. They take little photos like the old days, like you'd pull out of the envelope when you go to the thrifties and pick up your photos.
And they send you photos?
They send you photos and it's to you. Max and Nicole, here's what's going on with Dave. Dave the pig.
Dave.
Yep.
It's not Porky or...
He's having this. Nope, it's Dave.
Dave.
He's having this problem. He's having that problem. But he's looking better here and he's looking better there. And that just like, I'm crying at the end.
Your money paid for the food and your money paid for the shot he needed.
Yep.
Your money paid for the booties when it rained and whatever.
With time and with love and with care, this fucking rooster dude, he was walking around that backyard with a... I mean... cock of the walk. All the confidence you could have. I mean, a completely different critter than what they initially had. This scared, matted thing that stumbled and hated people and couldn't walk. All of those people putting all of that love and care into rehabilitating these animals, that's what's giving me hope.
But that's a great thing.
It's a good thing, right?
I think it's fantastic. I think you should latch onto that more and more and more. And I think that maybe seeing humans help those animals will give you just a little bit more hope regarding humans. Or maybe that's just reaching for the stars, man.
Let's start slow.
Okay, we'll go slow.
Yeah.
But at least it is the human that is helping these other animals.
It is.
So that's good.
And you know what? 10 out of 10 times they're women.
Oh, really? You don't see the men?
Yeah, there's a few men.
Well, women are better.
But women are better.
They're just the better
Women
sex.
are better. Women are better. Women are superior.
Yes.
And I
agree. I totally agree.
I now
and smarter.
say this to my women friends. I say this to them. I'm like, you're to blame for most of this. And they're like, what do you mean? Because you women did not get your shit together. Because you're too fucking competitive with each other. You didn't get your shit together, and you didn't take over the world like you were supposed to. It's not too late. You can do it, but let's face it. What women possess is what men want. So
I agree.
It's not even a sexual thing. It could even be the mother figure, whatever.
Compassion.
If all the women joined together and became one big mother to fix the slobby, filthy, little, mongrel, disrespectful brat sitting there in shit and piss-filled proverbial diapers of life, fixed all that, we might be all right.
That's actually what might happen.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the next level
So women,
for humanity.
stop it. Stop getting mad at your sister because she has better hair than you or has a better pair of shoes. You're all equally wonderful. You all have your traits. Now join forces and fix all this shit, will you? Take on climate, take on the division in this country, and fix the infrastructure.
And be the next president.
Thank you. And that's all I have to say.
All right. Well, that was... This was a good episode 30.
Happy 60th.
Happy 60th to me. And you know what? We're ending a little hopeful.
Yeah.
I think, Max Koch, you just ended on a high note.
See?
Look at that.
I wouldn't do that to you. I wouldn't put you like, oh my God, no one listens anyway, so it doesn't matter.
But I didn't even expect you to have a glimmer.
There's glimmers.
There's a little bit of light coming out of your pants right now.
Hey!
It's a little light of hope. I'll take it.
And now we're going to go eat and watch the Cypress Hill documentary.
We're watching the Cypress Hill. Okay, this is what we do. We record an episode, we eat, we drink, and we watch docs.
I'm so excited.
Okay. Everybody, thanks for listening. On behalf of myself and the hopeful Max Koch.
Insane in the membrane. Inside in the brain.
See you next time.